Hi guys! I'm at the lake right now. The sun's currently in my eye. The alternative is that there's like crazy shadows. So, if you can hear like my environment around me, I'm very sorry. It's loud. With the birds, oh, there's a bird just walking across the table right here. And the geese. The geese are birds, I guess. The boats, the cars. It's just a noisy environment and that's okay. But anyways, I got this new mic. It's gonna take some adjusting. Dude, I swear to God, the birds are not scared of me. I literally just had a bird just like walk right next to my camera, like right there. Is this like too... I don't want this to be so 0.5. I like can't see the monitor. Like I can't because it's like so bright. So it'll be what it will be. You have no idea how many times I have tried filming these podcast episodes. I just get so in my head about what I'm saying that it just like doesn't turn out good, that I just like quit, which is bad. I need to not quit because you guys have been requesting it. And it's one thing if I'm just like, I just realized there's this goose here that has only 1 foot. It's not 1 foot, but only like one working foot. And so it like wobbles around. And I realized that it's actually not in this group. And the last time I saw it was last summer. So it probably passed. Which is so sad. I actually, what's it called? That was the goose I actually saw when my ex-boyfriend was here 2 years ago. Which I actually looked on my TikTok today. And I got that on this day of... 2 years ago from today, we actually went to this beach and watched the sunrise, which I was going to do today. It's currently 6:40. I'm an hour late, but that's okay. I didn't really sleep, so that's why we didn't really go see the sunrise. I want to see if I can prop this up so I can eat. Okay, so that's just not happening. We're just going to eat with one hand. So I have a local coffee shop, whatever, down the street from me. And I usually get this sausage, egg, and cheese croissant and a latte. But I got a hot latte this time instead of an iced latte because it's cold as shit outside. Sorry, excuse my language. It's actually pretty nice in the sun. That's the thing with like high elevation and high altitude is that you're closer to the sun. So it might be super cold in the mornings and like super cold once the sun goes down. But when the sun's out, it's really, really, really nice. And I actually didn't put on face sunscreen today, so I really thought I would. I don't know why I thought I wouldn't need it. I'm literally going to be in the sun. And it's sunny today. The UV is supposed to be 12. Yeah, you bet. Hold on. I'm going to try to take a bite of this. I hear you. Okay. ASMR. Dude, I freaking hear you. Stop honking. That is good stuff. Ugh, it's so good. It's so good. Anyways, as you could probably tell by the dramatics of my thumbnail and my video line, what's it called? It's a video title? I don't know. We're gonna actually... Okay, I get so in my head about what I literally talk about. Sorry, I'm like getting caught in my own words. It's easier to make shitty content, like in a way where you kind of just like accept that you make shitty content, like short form, but long form, like you can't make shitty content. Or else people are literally just not going to watch it. I guess that goes for, like, short form, I guess. But long form, it's like, I need to make it good. Yeah, podcast episodes have been requested because I talk a lot on my TikTok. This episode's going to come from the heart because I need to actually... I get so scared about being... It's like one of those things where it's like... I'm at a point in time now where I've revealed so much of my life on social media that oh my God, this... Dude, I freaking hear you. Stop honking. Ma! 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 My cousin can do a really good geese honk. Can you even, like, hear it? Yeah, you can hear it. Well, nature calls, so. I can't just, like, chase it off or else it's gonna eat me, but. Bro is like that guy who just talks just to talk. We got Jim yapping over here, and then we got Steve responding. Y'all are just gonna have to put up with the geese honks because I don't really got anything else for you. At least I'm out in nature, eh? Maybe he's talking to me because every single time I freaking open my mouth, he starts honking. I knew once I talked about my breakup, it was literally gonna be game over for me. Like I genuinely, I posted a video about basically about unconditional love. It was like 6 months ago, and about unconditional heartbreak and how it's like actually the worst thing, one of the worst things you can go through. I kid you not, I got hundreds of DMs, and that was something that was so crazy to me because I was like just sort of moving on and moving forward from my breakup that actually like obliterated me. And I didn't even have all the answers for myself, but then I had hundreds of people reaching out to me talking about their situations, and I was like, "Oh my god." Like, I think it also opened my eyes about how much I still needed to work on myself, because I was like, I literally cannot answer all of these people because I don't have the answers for them. I want to help everybody that I can, but I don't have the answers for myself, so how the hell am I going to have the answers for them? So, I didn't talk about it again. And also, my ex-boyfriend got traction of it. And I was in contact with his family, like, over Christmas break. And that was just like, don't do that. It was just like a whole thing where I was just like, I'm not going to bring that drama here because the girlfriend and I have reconciled. Because there was just a lot of crazy stuff going on that one day maybe I'll spill and I'll share. But they're still in a relationship, so I feel like that's kind of disrespectful. Even though it's shitty, they both kind of treated me in that situation, but it's okay. Finally, they're freaking leaving. I feel like the past 2 years of my life, I'm like about to really enter like a principal year. I feel like every year's a freaking principal year, but I really feel like this year is completely different because I'm graduating and I'm graduating early. And there's just a lot of new happening with sort of my last 2 years of college kind of not being my expectations and not in a good way. I've really been reflecting a lot, especially this summer and after, because I studied abroad this spring in London. It was literally the best. It was the best thing ever. If you can ever study abroad, study abroad. And it was the best semester of college that I've had. My spring semester wasn't even that bad. It was just like I was like halfway going through a breakup, halfway not. And also like recruitment was fun with my sorority. That was like really fun. That was a fun period of time. But my fall was absolute shit like after that. And like I was so ready to go abroad. Like my friends were like, Grace, like you need to go. Like I genuinely could not catch a break. Like I was going through a breakup, and then it just was so bad. It was so bad. I was gonna say I think my life genuinely fell apart, but it didn't really fall apart that much. I think that was like a really like a rebuilding sort of time period. I think honestly, hell, I think my last relationship, like, it completely, like, I'm trying to find the proper phrase for it. You know, like a tower moment? Hopefully I'm saying this right, but, like, it was when I was, like, so obsessed with tarot readings. Like, every single time where I feel like my life is so out of control, I will always get a tarot reading on my For You page, and I will always fucking believe it. And sometimes it's wrong. But you know what? That's okay. That's okay. It gives me hope at the time, and that's really all I needed. Basically, it's like when you're at the verge of just everything crumbling down. And literally my life crumbled down. It triggered my life crumbling down, my, like, past relationship. But in a good way. Because I think there's going to be multiple periods in my life where that happens. I talk about this relationship so much because I'm still healing through it, admittedly. I don't like to say that because I think people judge me really easily, and I don't really know why. I think it's probably just because I voice my thoughts and my opinions and my perspective on the internet. I think that's just inevitably going to come with judgment. But I'm also am scared for my ex-boyfriend and his girlfriend to know that, like, to be honest. But I don't know why I'm so scared for them to know that when it's something that is so obvious. When you have an ex who goes into a relationship so quick, you literally question your entire being. You're just like, wait, what the fuck? Like, I'm here dying, crying, and I'm, like, still thinking about you. I'm still wanting to get back together with you. And then you start dating someone else. It's like, number one, did I mean anything to you? Number two, how the fuck are you doing that? Because I tried dating I literally hate that situation so much because I started dating at the beginning of my sophomore year of college last fall, And because I saw that my ex-boyfriend was dating, and he goes to the same school. It was his first year at the school that I'm at, and his girlfriend also goes to the school I'm at, and they're both from my hometown. Bro, it, like, genuinely was like, count 1, count 2, count 3. Like, I genuinely could not catch a break. And so basically, I started talking to this guy who I had kind of like, I had my eye out for him in the spring, but I was still talking to my ex. And there was no way I was going to leave my ex for anybody. Like, let's be so for real. And basically, I was really close with this girl. And, like, she was someone I could see, like, being one of my bridesmaids. She started blabbing off to this guy that I wasn't ready for a relationship with one of her friends who was also friends with him. Which, like, fair. I was not ready for a relationship at that time. But you're, like, one of my best friends. Why the fuck would you go say that without telling me? Like, she apologized and it was fine. She was like, I don't understand how you are such a good person and God is throwing all of these awful things at you. Then her friend goes to tell the guy that I was talking to, that I was like almost dating, that I cheated on my ex. Which is hilarious because that entire spring I spent with that girl and the girl who was like my really close friend, I was constantly talking about him. He was my favorite conversation topic. I would not fucking shut up about my ex. I wouldn't shut up about him in the spring, and I wouldn't shut up about him last fall. Or even over the summer when I was in Hawaii. Like, all my friends knew I wasn't fucking over my ex. And they were just like, dude, you need to get over this guy. Which I totally get. But sometimes that's not really the support that you need. I really needed someone to listen to me. And a lot of people did. But then a lot of people got sick of my shit, which hurt a lot. But the one person who never backed down was my best friend. Because I think she knew. I think she was the only one in my life that is still in my life who really saw like the folds of our relationship, and she understood. She got it. I don't think she's ever experienced something like that, but I think that's what makes it even more special. It's like, you have no idea what I really went through, but you are so understanding, and you will die on this hill with me. And that's just really special, and I'm actually forever grateful for that. This is the first time because I've made other podcast episodes, I just haven't posted them because I will get into the editing stage and I'm like, this is shit. As I'm talking about this, the goose with one leg is walking right to me. Please don't go under the table. Why is it right next to me? Ah! Guys, help, there's a goose. There's a goose. Do you recognize me? Is that why you're like so close to me? Bro, and it keeps on getting closer. Stop. No. Stop. Don't. No. Like, God. I don't want to move you guys. But there's literally a freaking geese like right here. Bro. Do you guys see this? Like, I'm terrified. I'm freaking terrified and it's going right behind me. Please go away. 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 I don't have anything for you. I'm sorry. No. I'm not gonna hurt you, but please don't hurt me. I'm gonna throw my trash out real quick. I'll BRB. I literally don't have any food for you. Oh my God, he's walking towards my feet. I'm terrified. Get away from me. Ah! Shoo. I genuinely have a freaking goose trying to size me up right now. Do you think if I ignore it, it'll just go away? Wait, I have 2 geese. Wait, there's 2 of them. Like, there is a little... Here, wait, let me actually show you. Hold on. I was sitting right there. Right where the goose was. And there's one right there. Looks like his foot got a little bit better, but like... Dude, stop. I'm scared of you. I don't have any food. I promise. I'm literally standing on the fucking bench. I look like a lunatic. Anybody passing right now is gonna be like, this bitch is crazy. Okay, he's eating grass now. Should I ignore? Okay, I'm gonna assume all is good. This goose is If I can't see him, he can't see me, right? If the goose comes up You guys will be the first to know, right? Anyways, what was I talking about? Oh, yeah. This is the first time I've been able to talk about my best friend's support without crying. Emotions are good. Emotions are good. Do geese get threatened by eye contact? Because maybe I'm just making too much eye contact and they feel threatened by me. I don't understand why a goose would feel threatened by me, though. I genuinely, like, I will scream and run and cry. Because they have, like, sharp teeth, right? If they bite me, it's like, stop looking at me! Stop looking at me. Maybe they know I was, like, cursing out one of their friends. That's why they're mad at me. I actually have to talk about what I'm supposed to be talking about right now. Yeah, I felt crazy for a little while. I was talking about how it was my tower moment. I completely get off track of everything. College was a very transitional time period for me and a very important time period for me because it was me kind of going out on my own. And I have a lot of childhood trauma and shit that happened in my house that my parents will deny my interpretation, but doesn't change the fact that it happened. And getting away was really, really, really important to me. It's been something that back when I had suicidal thoughts, I would like count on. And I couldn't wait to go. I was shamed actually a lot by the people that I first surrounded myself with in college, my roommate actually. And she was just like, you shouldn't have placed all these expectations for college. And it's like, well, literally, like, I didn't have a choice. Like, it's the one thing that actually kept me alive. So I don't understand how you could possibly say that because you didn't even go through what I went through. But basically, that whole thing fell out. A huge part of actually, one of the main parts of it was because I had a boyfriend. And my freshman year of college, I was living with these girls, and I was living with these guys, and their little ringleader really didn't like how I didn't want to be involved with any of them because all the girls were like chatting it up with them. They all had boyfriends though. I'm not one to judge because I'm not even currently in that relationship anymore. Yeah, they didn't like the guy didn't like that I didn't want his attention, so he made it my living hell. It was really bad. It was really bad. It was to the point where my professor had to file harassment reports. Thank God for my ex-boyfriend, though, because he helped me move out. He, like, put up with all the shit that guy put him through and those guys put him through. Like, it was just a mess. It was a mess, and he was, like, literally such an amazing boyfriend. I was actually just so depressed that I couldn't even fucking realize it. But I think there was also other things definitely wrong with the relationship. This relationship was also very monumental. I think it was the first time that I actually felt understood by someone. And I've had good friends in the past. This isn't like a diss on my friends. It's just like, I think it was also because he was the first person that I really trusted with all of me. And I haven't really trusted my friends with all of that. I don't really talk about home and my family with a lot of my friends just because I honestly think it's just a me problem. I'm just scared they're going to just like downgrade it, which is what my family did and which is what people have done in the past. It's scary because how I feel about my family and how I feel about what happened to me is something that I really hold really close to my heart. And so it's hard to put yourself in a position when you feel like that to be vulnerable. But he got me. That boy got me. There's more geese coming up and I really hope they don't kill me. Yeah, and just following that breakup, and I decided to go to Hawaii for 6 weeks last summer and do summer classes there, and because it was one of my dreams that I've had since COVID, and I did it. And it was something that I was going to do prior to me breaking it off with my ex-boyfriend. God, I'm so thankful for that time period because when you have something that disrupts your nervous system that much, like a breakup like that, the best thing you can do is literally get as far as you can. Your geographic location, it does a lot more than you think it does. And I was also just on an island away from like everything and living my own life and doing like things that I dreamed of doing. And that was just really that literally was the best distraction of my life. I pray that I always have that freedom and that opportunity to just like pack up and go somewhere for a long period of time, because I would not be who I am today without that experience, because it was incredible. I went on an island and I didn't know anybody, and I was in Hawaii, so duh, I'm gonna have a great time. And I met all kinds of new people and new friends. Those friendships were really, really healing, especially having a really not great year at school where college is like the epitome of just like meeting new people and making friends. It didn't really work out for me that well. And for a while, I thought there was something wrong with me. And then I went to Hawaii, and then I realized there was nothing really wrong with me. I just was surrounding myself with the wrong people. And then I came back to school for the fall. I was hoping that it was going to be amazing, and it was shit. It was so bad. It was really bad. It wasn't even... I literally just felt like I had no friends. I had a really bad experience with someone when it came to me sort of adjusting the fact that my ex-boyfriend and the girl that he just started dating was... And there was some weight to that, so don't think that I'm like just crazy. I was not crazy for thinking the way that I was and feeling the way that I was. There was just a lot of betrayal in that, so I was still adjusting with that. It was a really welcome week, and one of my friends just blew up at me, and she just was... I wasn't really talking about it with her all that much, because she kind of had the same reaction every time that was just like, stop talking about it, you know? She blew up at me in front of like a lot of my friends, and it made me feel really just bad about myself. And that's like the last thing you want to feel when your heart is already broken to pieces, because I already felt like I wasn't enough. It's like beating somebody who's already down on the ground. Like, I mean, her emotions were valid, but just like, you don't really do that to people. I don't understand a situation where that would ever be really a reasonable response to something like that, but that's also just me, and sort of I create that reasoning because of what I've gone through, and you know, she did what she did because of what she was going through or whatever. So I really try not to judge, but it can be really hard. But that sort of set my semester. I was just in this period of time. It was like crazy because literally the whole last half of 2025, I was doing absolutely everything that I dreamed of. I was in my dream career. I was literally earning money for making silly videos, which I still am. I say was, but I'm just talking about that time period. I was like literally doing everything that I dreamt of doing, everything that was on my vision board, which I really talked down to myself. But for going through as much as I was going through and hurting as much as I was, my goals never wavered. Like, I was always doing something for my goals, which I really appreciate that about myself, that I turned something so negative into something that could be so positive. It was amazing. I loved it. Like, I was working with my dream brands. Like, I was in a really good place for as depressed as I was. But I think that's life a lot of the time, is you just have to keep swimming and you have to keep moving, because if you just stop, then you just get lower and things just don't work out. And I think my mindset at that time was, okay, well, I literally have no control over anything right now. My ex-boyfriend has control over me and has control of my feelings and everything that he does, even though like I haven't been in contact with him for months. But I'm gonna resent myself if I don't keep trying. And so I did, and I kept trying, and it brought me to where I am today. I think when I really studied abroad, it was like again like another geographic location. It was like at that point, by December, like, it wasn't even about the boy anymore. It was really just about healing my nervous system, because having that stability, being able to lean on someone for the first time really changed my life. And it offered so much peace. And then all of a sudden not having that and just like relying on myself was a lot. And especially when you're someone who struggles with mental illness and has childhood trauma just loaded in her brain and in her nervous system as well. So it was really hard. And I think London was just a beautiful experience. Again, just like being able to geographically get away. It's like running away from my problems, but people say actually traveling is running away from your problems, but I really don't think it is, because especially if you're solo traveling, you are alone so much. And I genuinely think people who solo travel are some of the most like emotionally mature and at peace people, because you are with yourself all the time. You are with your own thoughts 24/7. And it's like there are so many things that are surfacing up at that time, and it can be a lot. Like, I'm very lucky. I think for the first time in London, I had like a group of people that were really just like my people, and I felt like I really belonged. And so leaving was really hard for me, and not being by those people are really hard for me. I think a lot of people had experienced that as well for the first time in London, in the group, and it wasn't just me. It was a beautiful experience to be in a new place with new people and foster those friendships. And it's something, luckily, most of them go to Pitt, and they will be there in the fall. So it's like they're some of my bestest friends, and I can't wait to see them. And I surrounded myself with people for a long time, especially in college, who really just didn't want the best for me. And it was like almost whiplash to be with these people, and they literally just like wanted to see me happy. They wanted to see me thrive, and they wanted to see me safe. That is a very beautiful thing, because I haven't really experienced that before. I never really was someone who like was in a solid friend group growing up, because I think a part of that was my self-exclusion. I really just didn't feel like I resonated with a lot of people, and I didn't really fit in. And therefore I thought people thought the same thing about me, or it was like those preconceived thoughts where I was just like, oh my god, they're gonna hate me, and then I kind of manifest that. I never want to overstep. People have made me feel like I've overstepped a lot when I haven't, and I feel like I am pretty guarded, and I think that people hate me when they really don't. It's just they don't really know anything about me, because I just am very... I think that was me when I was living in sorority housing. I was like living with my sorority last fall, and I literally just was not myself, because I was so scared that people were going to judge me. I was in such a vulnerable state all of the time that I genuinely could not afford someone tearing me apart. And not that I knew or like assumed that those girls were going to tear me apart, because I don't think they would ever do that to anyone. It's just like, it's your fight or flight. I was just in survival mode that entire semester. Also saw that with dance, because I was dancing again in the spring, and then I also carried it into the fall, and I just like never felt like I was good enough. Just everything was so whack, and I just wasn't me, and I was trying to act like me. I think on social media, like, I came across as very happy and joyful, and I'm really good at that. But I think there is a difference in how I act now versus how I acted then on social media. I think everything was very like surface level, and just there was no depth. And I think now there's a lot more depth to what I express. I try to be a little bit more vulnerable on social media, because I know there are people who really need to hear these things from someone else, and need to feel that they are not alone. Because for a really long time, I relied on social media for not my social life, but I didn't have friends to really give me much advice, or parents. So I just relied on teachers and like people that would appear on my screen. So I know the impacts of it, and I know that it can really help people. And I feel like with how much it has helped me, the least that I can do is be vulnerable on here and help people and do what I can. I'm really just like, I'm so scared people are going to twist my words and making it into something else. Like, I have very good intentions. I'm not someone who is spiteful or wishes bad on people or anything at all. I'm literally like posting in hopes that someone relates to me in a way, but I don't hope that someone relates to me, but I know someone inevitably will. It's just sad. Like, a lot of the things that I went through, and I try not to stay in that mindset, because I think it can be... Hello, birdie. I don't think the victim mindset is healthy. Oh my god, Bro was really not threatened by me. Am I Snow White or something? I'm literally attracting birds. I'm attracting geese. Like, what the fuck is happening? I think I'm a naturally good person. I just really try... It's not that I try to make it known to people that I'm a good person. I try to make it known to people that I'm not a bad person. I feel like there's going to be a time where, like, I'm going to be, like, here, and then there's going to be a goose that's, like, nipping at my toes. Yeah, I just really try hard to prove to the world that I'm not a bad person, because I think part of it is just growing up. Like, I always kind of felt like I was an awful person, for just even for expressing my emotions, which is kind of ironic because I really see how it translates now into social media and how literally I just feel like an awful person for just displaying my perspective of something that happened to me. I don't know. It's like I admire people like Madeline R.G. and like Emma Chamberlain and the fact that they can just be so open about their life like that. And I really want to be open about my life like that. I'm in a very good place right now. I'm honestly exactly where I want to be and exactly where I'm meant to be. And when it comes to that tower moment, it's like all of that collapsed to be where I'm at today. And it sucks that things had to go bad and I had to sacrifice some things, but I'm really content with where I'm at today. Like, very content. I'm in places that I didn't think I would be. There's a leaf blower. This is going to be embarrassing. Hopefully he doesn't talk to me. People ask me how to heal from breakups, and I couldn't honestly really tell you. Just take it day by day. It really sucks for a really long time. It really sucks for a really long time. And here's the thing about me. I always knew at some point I was going to get over it because I'm very like, I will do anything to make anything happen. And so I think my mindset with that was like, I don't want to feel like this for the rest of my life. So eventually I'm not going to feel this way anymore. And I think what happens with grief in general, the best way that I can describe it is it doesn't go away. The wound is still there and it's like still healing and it takes a really long time to heal. But the thing is with your grief is your life is this big. Your grief becomes this big. And then your life just expands around it. So it's not necessarily the grief that is shrinking, it's that your life is expanding. That's literally the best way that I can describe it, is that my life has grown so big around it that it's no longer a principal element of my life. Oh my god, there's a goose right by. We are about to touch butts right now. Dude, I am in my head about this. I don't want to give anyone any power. People can judge me for talking about something that I went through. It impacted my life heavily. And it's like, I think about like people judging me for that and I'm just like, why would you do that? People need to do that to feel better about themselves, and that speaks more about them than it does about me. So I don't have to worry about it. Now I'm just at a point in my life where I'm like moving forward so much that I kind of forget to have gratitude for where I'm at. I have a hard time staying still because I think part of me feels that if I am not productive, then that depletes my worth. But I think that's an Aries thing. I hate to bring up astrology, but I genuinely think it is an Aries thing. But the thing is with that productivity and also with my ADHD, I'm very type A but in a type B way. That's how I describe it. I know how to regulate myself very, very, very well. So I may seem like I'm type B, but really I just have everything figured out already. Like this summer, I'm just doing way too fucking much. I have my clients that I have to make deliverables for, which is like the key way that I make money. My summer classes, which I'm taking a grant writing course. Oh, I'm also writing a screenplay, which I feel like I shouldn't advertise because I'm always one that wants to be mysterious with her projects and stuff. If it goes anywhere, obviously, it's to my own horn like that. But this idea is like, I think this can transform like through collaboration to like something that is truly incredible. I'm trying to have a final draft by the end of the summer because I have my capstone, which film class, which is like I basically direct my own project, and I want my proof of concept to be my capstone. A lot going on, and I have family here too. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I need to talk about and there's anything else that I need to mention, and I don't really think there is. I think my biggest message is just keep trying. It's always going to be really hard. There's never really going to be a time where it's not hard, but you have to choose your hard. And it's like you can be stuck on the same thing for the rest of your life. You could be in the same negative feedback loop, which is very challenging. Or you can get yourself out of that hole, which is going to be a lot harder, very much a lot harder at first. But it will get you to a point where you have a healthy relationship with yourself and you have a healthy relationship with life. Because as hard as it may be, I don't think you can ever live without pursuing yourself. And that's something that may seem very selfish to you. And I'm very sorry that someone hurt you that much to think that pouring into yourself is selfish. because it's not. It's very, very, very healthy and very normal. And it's something that everybody should do. Because just like how you pour into your relationships with other people, you also have to pour into your relationship with yourself. Throughout just life and just living, you learn different ways to do that. And once you like figure certain things out, it's pretty smooth riding. Like I know what I like to do. I actually bought myself a Kindle this month, and I've been reading. That's the way that I pour into myself. I pour into myself by laying in the sun. I'm a workaholic, but I consider really like achieving my goals a way of pouring into myself, which really I shouldn't, because I take it to the greatest extent possible. I want to do everything. And the thing is, with wanting to do everything, you don't become a master at anything. But it's always good to like have your toes dipped in a lot of different things. But it comes to a point where I'm like, okay, how does this progress you towards your goals? Anyways, that's a small little anecdote. I think we're going to end it here because I have quite a lot of things I have to do. And it's been an hour since I've been here, an hour and a half. We're going to wrap it up. I really love you guys. I do, and I appreciate all your support. I really am going to try to make more of these. Please be kind to yourself, and please be kind to others. Have a beautiful day.